Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for 6 rounds in a middleweight contest. Your referee in charge of the action, Paul McCullough, and your timekeeper, Alex McKenzie. And now, introducing to you first, he's fighting out of the blue corner. He's officially weighed in at 71.5 kilos. Tonight, he makes 14 professional appearances inside the ring, wearing white and black shorts. From Slovakia, by way of Belfast, Northern Ireland, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Edgar Kemski. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the red corner, officially weighing in at 72.1 kilos. He brings an undefeated record of 2-0 to the ring. Tonight wearing black, purple, and gold shorts from Navan, Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Sean Murray!
Fight number 6 here, folks, and one that could potentially be a very entertaining fight, as we have what I'd like to call the craziest journeyman in the game in Edgar Kemski here against a guy who almost stole the show last time out in Sean Murray.
Absolutely, I was present for that last fight, and Sean Murray, like I said earlier, would be a little bit miffed that Tony McLean and David Ryan took the shine off their fight.
Yeah, a 6-round domestic clash when you've only had one professional fight. You know, credit to Shane Meehan as well as opponent that night. They put on an absolute stormer of a fight. You know, Murray got 2 knockdowns during that fight. As we've seen straight away, Kemski is a volatile individual. We saw that in Belfast last month against Owen O'Neill.
That was right. He's a character for anyone who isn't following Irish domestic boxing or hasn't been. He's definitely a character.
Yeah, you know, we saw him back in this venue in March against Lee Reeves, and I think Lee Reeves is just totally a different class for him. You know, we dropped Kemski in that. Kemski came to fight that night. We saw him against other Irish opponents, like I said, O'Neill, but he didn't really come to fight. But tonight he looks like, you know, he might have a go. You know, and Sean Murray is probably a level lower than those guys in that he's only had 2 fights. Kemski might fancy it.
He has to watch himself there. Sean Murray there coming in, and he hits very hard.
He's I think, to be generous, we say he's unconventional, Kemski. You know, he presents a test that, you know, most prospects would never have seen. Some guy throwing his arms, flailing around in front of you.
Big shots from Murray there in the corner.
You know, when you caught Murray there, you know, it was a nice hook.
And like you said, there's the likes of Kemski, you can't train for someone like that. You know, how are you going to get someone to mimic how he carries himself, you know?
Yeah, no, it's impossible. It's one, you know, if you've stuck to your basics and you have to stay switched on. We've seen looping shots there. You know, when he takes those shots in the corner, he almost lures you in, and he's usually waiting to let a big bomb go.
That's his version of setting a trap.
He's an entertainer, I'll give him that.
Murray now just stay behind his boxing, stick to the game plan. Because I imagine from a boxing point of view, Kemski he could almost annoy you in there with some of his antics.
Yeah, certainly. You know, you lose your head then, and before you know it, you're in a brawl with a guy who you're much better than. You know, like, you know, Kemski's throwing these wild shots. You don't need to be standing there. His hands are on his hips, like.
And the taunting and stuff like that. I think that's his effort to try and get under people's skin.
It is. I mean, you know, we've seen a number of referees not be too happy with that.
And here we go into the second round.
We go again with Kemski. I just noticed, you know, Kemski's corner there, we've boxing royalty, you know, we've driven in the boxing clubs, Tony Davitt, you've Alio Wilton in there from Belfast. You know, He has people he could learn from if he listened, but I get the impression.
It's been an eventful fight so far, but I mean, I'm not going to say for all the wrong reasons, but definitely not for boxing purposes.
You know, this is the second time the referee has had to talk to Kemski, you know.
I imagine also, you know, from a referee's point of view, if you see Kemski's name on your card, you know you're in for a long night.
Yeah, you're going to earn your money, and then look, he is entertaining. I'm just not 100% sure he understands the rules of boxing.
Murray now just trying to stay composed. Just the unorthodox style of Kemski as well. It's like you said in the previous fight, it is a puzzle with some of these fighters, but this is definitely in a league of its own.
Yeah, true. And you know, it's almost like a street fight. You know, I know he is only using his hands, but the way he moves, and you know, he's turning his back on the guy at times, you know, which you just do not do. Then he puts his hands on his hips, and he's trying to mock you.
And it's very important now for Murray just not to, I'm not going to say stoop to his level, but to get drawn into his type of fight or his type of game.
True, you know, and the head has been dropping particularly low there. The ref is on the ball. And immediately again we see Kemski drop the head.
Murray perfectly entitled to work in that position there. The referee hasn't broke him.
Yeah, you can see Murray trying to get the work in, and you know, it's just vital here that he doesn't lose his cool. Stick to what you know, and you know, listen to your corner.
With the hands down by his knees now, I think like, this is obviously Kemski's attempt to set a trap for Murray coming in. As you see there with a little bit of a check left hook on the way out there from Kemski.
He hasn't had massive luck with it in the fights I've saw Kemski, but I'd imagine he is eventually one of these days going to land one of those single shots and win a fight that he isn't supposed to win. You know, he believes in himself, he believes in that style that he has, that single shot. And one day, you know, one guy may walk onto it.
And he always shows up, he's always enthusiastic for a dust-up.
Yeah, he's an extremely tough individual. I'd imagine he'd show up for the dust-up anywhere, anytime.
And like you said, like just there, can switch it on there and the pace can be risen at a moment's notice. As Sean Murray fires back here in the corner now. We're underway again here in round 3. Kemski comes out very fast and
he gets caught with a right hand there, not much in it, but you know, you have to feel for Murray. He's in there with such an unconventional guy. It's hard to even hit him clean.
And you can even hear from some of the supporters here as well, there's a bit of frustration in some of the work being spoiled.
Murray with a little short left hook there, very entitled to do it. You know, the ref isn't breaking them.
Just Murray now, just stay composed.
Kemski has an awful habit then trying to touch gloves with guys. I'd like to see, you know, Murray stop doing that. You know, hit him if he puts that hand up. Protect yourself at all times is always the rule in here.
As famously Ortiz in the Mayweather fight a couple of years ago learned that the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah, if you throw the head on somebody, don't expect respect back. You know, there's another touch the gloves. That's multiple times each round. You know, you touch the gloves at the start of the round, maybe.
Big shot from Murray there as Kemski was coming in.
I think when we saw Kemski dropped against Lee Reeves, we may have assumed, you know, maybe he hasn't got a great chin, but he's took some big shots in the last couple of fights.
I wonder, is Murray a small bit tentative on his approach in just because of the unorthodoxness of Kemski?
Yeah, I don't think you can't read him. Like, it's very difficult to read a guy who I think doesn't know what he's going to do next. I think Kemski is second by second type of guy. He's not sure. You can't read him if he doesn't know.
Well, that's exactly it.
You know, he strikes me as like a bad guy from an action movie, you know, an actor. And then he turns around for a couple of seconds and you wonder.
Like you said, does he fancy himself in this?
You know, he causes you to smother a lot of your work. He kind of twists and turns until he's in on top of you.
Like we were saying, even Murray's last outing, the output was much higher. Now, obviously, that is definitely down to the dance partner in there with you. I think he's probably just a little bit shook with, what am I going to do with this guy in front of me?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're into round 4 here of 6. Big heavy shots from Murray here as Kemski covers up on the ropes.
And you see Kemski, he's throwing the head a little bit, and you know he's a rough and tumble kind of guy.
And that seems to be his game tonight, is he wants to appear like he's there for the taking, but then he'll raise the pace out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's so unorthodox, you know, he moves in a manner that I can't say I've seen before.
It's almost like as if he's kind of poking fun at Murray, you know what I mean? The way, the antics he has and the facial expressions he's pulling mid-fight.
And his reflexes, to be fair to him, aren't bad at all, you know, he's getting out of the way of punches. Little stumble there, but I think he just got his legs caught up. Kemski almost snarling at Murray here now, showing him his teeth.
And even as I'm here at ringside and I'm trying to figure out what's going on and what he's kind of playing at in this fight, whatever else, I'm having difficulty understanding this. So I can only understand why Murray may seem a small bit gun shy in those moments.
Yeah, we're seeing Kemski kind of move here and box and turn, but he's not really throwing a lot. He's just getting out of the way.
I think it's very important here for Murray now just not to get frustrated with this and just kind of keep the head.
Yeah, keep your jab going. Watch out for those single wild shots Kemski throws. You know, he throws his flurries, there's not much in them, but they'll keep you honest. We have to appreciate Murray in his previous fight. You know, he just wants domestic fights. I'm sure his head's a little bit fried in there now at the moment, trying to figure out this guy who hasn't necessarily come to win, you know.
No, but definitely come to frustrate and ruffle a few feathers.
He almost congratulates Murray on landing a jab there, you know.
He's the golden Murray in.
Yeah, he's the comedy villain of boxing at the moment.
A little bit of a trip there.
I can see our referee is enjoying this one.
We're into round 5 of schedule 6.
We saw Kemski's corner there, give him a little slap, and he walked towards the referee in between the rounds there, and the ref had to send him back to his corner. He truly is a madman.
Absolute wild man, like you said. The referee pulls Kemski aside again, the second time.
It's a character almost he plays. He's like the clueless character in there, you know. I don't know what I did wrong. I think he's more than aware of what the issues are.
Yeah, I think the referee's not having it, even though he's trying to dupe him. He's pushing forward now. Murray has the box on the back foot.
Yeah, he'll make a prospect use their different layers of their boxing. Probably not the way they would have liked to. It would remind you of, you know, a drunken street brawl that you would see on YouTube. And then at times he looks like a boxer.
He's well able to switch it on when he wants. Oh, big shot
took
from
a big shot there, and Kemski didn't flinch.
I mean, he ate that shot and he keeps coming forward. Murray entitled to work there.
You know, he's an entertainer. He makes nights hard for himself as well. You know, you don't need to take those kind of shots. We saw that from some of the other away fighters tonight. But Murray is certainly getting a workout.
I think Murray's probably having more success now going on the back foot in this round than he had in the previous rounds, with some of his work being spoiled.
He has. He landed a nice right hand there as he stepped back.
Mouthpiece. Pausing the action here now to return the mouthpiece to Murray. As Kemski fires back of a shot of his own.
Yeah, the Kemski puzzle is one I'm not sure we're going to find many fighters know how to solve. You know, he's wild. Almost falling on top of his Murray there.
And here we are into the last round of this bout.
Into the final round. There might be some people at home viewing who are happy for that. There might be some people in here happy to see that. You know, there's been entertainment parts of this fight, but Kemski is a guy. You know, he's a bit like Marmite.
I'm sure even Murray would be glad to see the back of this fight, maybe.
Yeah, no doubt he's won the fight. He's picked off each round, and the couple of shots he's landed, and it's very difficult to land on Kemski. Oh. You know, there's I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly seen him use the elbow. Maybe the last round he's going to use some of these dirty tactics.
The irony of it is Kemski will use some of these tactics himself, and if it happens to come back the opposite way, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, absolutely, you know, and to the point that he'll cause his opponents to get warnings because they'll be on top of him, even when it may have been his fault. You know, we've seen Murray be warned there. You know, Kemski is holding him on the ref's blind side at times to make it look like it's actually Murray that's holding.
Yeah. Which also plays into the fact that he knows exactly what he's playing.
Yeah, he certainly does.
As Kemski puts his hands on his hips and kind of motions to his own corner.
He really is a comic book villain, isn't he? I'm not sure Murray will have learned a lot from this fight. But look, it's another win on his record. It's a little bit of activity.
I'm sure Murray after this one will be wanting to get back into the domestic 50-50s.
True, he'll be wondering where Shane is at the moment and if they can do it again.
I mean, I for one wouldn't say no to that bout, that rematch.
True, and look, the original opponent for tonight, Dominic Dunnigan, I'm not sure what happened there. I know it was almost a late pull out, so he had agreed to another domestic fight, another tasty fight. You know, Dunnigan has had 15 pro fights. Murray had no problem taking that one. You know, I haven't been made aware of an injury or anything to Dunnigan. Maybe it's one we might see later down the line. But I think Sean Murray is going to want to move on and fight other domestic fights regardless. You know, there's a couple of guys out there. There's Graham McCormick from Limerick. There's Robert Burke, although there's, you know, there's talk of maybe a McCormick. Maybe McCormick versus Burke is going to happen first.
Let's get down.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds, we go to Paul McCullough's scorecards. Paul has it 59-55 in favor of your winner, Sean Murray.